the appointee, Mr. Michael N. Evangelista and Dave B. Guerrero, elected officials, dignitaries, and members of the general public. Before we proceed forward with this public hearing, let me first introduce the members of this standing committee. To my right side of the aisle is the floor leader of the Senate, Senator Dauno Manglonia from the 3rd Senatorial District, Rota. And next to him is the Vice Chairman of this committee, Senator Ju of Snyder from the 2nd Senatorial District, Tinian. And next to him is Senator Manny Castro from the 3rd Senatorial District, Saipan. And I'm the chairman of this committee, Senator Francisco Q. Cruz from the 2nd Senatorial District, Tinian. I would also like to announce a couple of things in the interest of informational purposes regarding code of conduct during this public hearing. Today, the members of this standing committee is conducting a public hearing on the appointment of Mr. Michael N. Evangelista to represent the private sector and the Caribbean community, and Dave B. Guerrero to represent the 3rd Senatorial District and the private sector, to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Region. The public will be invited to make comments as to whether you support or oppose the appointee before us this afternoon. We value your input. However, any comments beyond the facts of the appointee or comments that are not directly related with this public hearing will not be entertained, and such comment will be removed from the record. At the same time, please observe minimal noises in disrupting this hearing process. And please turn off your electronic to a silent mode. Thank you. Let us now begin. This public hearing is now in session. Today is January 28, 2026 at approximately 1:51 in the afternoon. Here at the Vice Speaker Suspi Mafnas Memorial Building, here at the Senate Chamber, Capitol Hill, Saipan. This is a public hearing regarding the appointment of Mr. Michael N. Evangelista and Mr. Dave B. Guerrero by Governor David M. Ampatang and Lieutenant Governor Dennis C. Mendiola to serve as a members of the Northern Marianas College Board of Region. Mr. Devin Macaranas will be assisting us on this public hearing. Our Sergeant at Arms will be Ben Terlai. Our IT will be Mr. Camacho, and our legal counsel will be Joe Bermudez, and they will all serve accordingly for this public hearing. At this time, I ask Mr. Macaranas to please call the roll.
Senator Ronnie M. Calvo.
Present.
Senator Manny T. Castro.
Stick out.
Senator Francisco Q. Cruz.
Here.
Senator Jude U. Hofschneider.
EAGI.
Senator Karina L. Magofnia. Senator Donald M. Manglonia.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, 5 members are present and 1 member is absent.
Thank you, Mr. Macaranas. With 5 members present, we have the necessary number to proceed with this hearing. However, the Vice Speaker, the Vice President of the Senate, Senator Magofnia, will be joining us shortly. At this time, do I hear a motion to adopt agenda? There's a motion and was seconded for the adoption of this afternoon's public hearing agenda. All in favor of that motion, say aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Sarge, can you please invite the Governor's Rep and the appointees into the chamber, please? And again, sir, before you proceed, please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Hafaday Zantiro, Honorable Chairman Francisco Q. Cruz, and Honorable Senate members of the Executive Appointments and Government Investigations Committee. For the record, my name is Jean-Paul B. Regis, Special Assistant for Administration under the Office of the Governor. On behalf of the Honorable Governor David M. Apatang and the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Dennis James C. Mendiola, I thank you once more for the opportunity to appear before you today. I am pleased to introduce Mr. Michael N. Evangelista and Mr. David B. Guerrero, the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's nominee to the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. Mr. Evangelista is nominated to represent the private sector and the Carolina community, while Mr. Guerrero is nominated to represent the 3rd Senatorial District for the private sector. I am hopeful that all required documents should have been submitted, including their resumes, which details their professional experience and educational background. Mr. Evangelista is an attorney at law with an extensive experience in legal practice, legislative, and public policy service in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. He holds an academic career marked by consistent excellence with recognized scholarly achievements. He has held multiple leadership roles in legal and educational institutions. His experience as an alumnus, former regent and chairman, along with prior board leadership, he emphasizes on continued commitment to NMC's mission, institutional stewardship, and student success, where he stands ready to contribute to the NMC's advancement and future growth. For his part, Mr. Guerrero holds a master's degree in economic and advanced professional certification and licenses. He brings more than 2 decades of leadership experience across finance, banking, and economic development, including senior roles in commercial lending, regulatory compliance, and regional management. His credentials and services reflect a strong commitment to financial oversight, community leadership, and public service. Governor Apateng and Lieutenant Governor Mendiola place their complete trust and confidence in Mr. Evangelista and Mr. Guerrero to serve as a member of the NMC Board of Regents. I know they stand prepared to address your questions and present their preliminary vision for the future, and we respectfully seek for your prompt consideration and approval. Thank you, Jesus Mosi Zangiliso, for the opportunity to introduce him to this august body, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Regis. And before I recognize the nominees to present any testimony this afternoon, I would like to ask both of you to please stand so that our staff can administer the oath. Thank you.
Dave B. Guerrero and Michael N. Evangelista, you do solemnly swear under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you shall give in the matter at hand shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you, Mr. Marianas. Mr. Guerrero and Mr. Evangelista, I know that both of you have submitted all the required documents by this body. But if you have anything in addition to those documents that you have submitted that you wish to share with us this afternoon, you have the floor. But before you proceed, please stay on the record. I'm going to start with Mr. Guerrero.
For the Chair, yes, I do have a statement, and I just would like to read it on. First of all, I'd like to thank Governor David Apateng and Lieutenant Governor Dennis Mendiola for nominating me for the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. I would also like to thank the senators of this committee, Chairman Cruz, yourself, Vice Chairman Hofschneider, and Senate members, my fellow colleagues, friends, and family, and the CNMI community at large. It is with profound sense of responsibility and a deep personal connection that I accept the nomination to serve as a regent of Northern Marianas College. For me, this nomination is more than a professional appointment, it's a homecoming for me. As a proud alumnus of the Northern Marianas College, which I graduated in 2000, I sat at the very classrooms fueled by the same dreams and ambitions as the students of NMC today. NMC was the foundation upon which I built my career on. Today, my journey has come full circle, from a student seeking a path to success to a nominee seeking a path to pave for others to follow. I know firsthand the power of an NMC education, and I am living proof that the pro's ability to carry our people to distant shores of success. If confirmed, my primary focus will be to ensure that NMC remains a high quality, accessible, and affordable beacon of hope. I am committed to the board's vision of stewardship through scholarship, ensuring that our educational programs translate directly into a stronger, more resilient Commonwealth economy. and I want every student to feel the same sense of belonging and empowerment. As we move through 2026 and beyond, we face critical challenges that require steady leadership. My advocacy will center on infrastructure excellence, ensuring that the completion of our modern campus facilities at Asterlahi, so our students learn in environments that match their potential. Will also be student-centered growth, where strengthening student services and financial aid to ensure that no student journey is cut short by a lack of resources. And finally, workforce alignment, ensuring our curriculum evolves into the changing job market landscape, allowing our graduates to start smart and finish wise within our islands. I promise to serve with the highest standards of integrity, drawing upon my experience as a former student and private sector experience to ensure our policies are always rooted in a successful student outcome. Thank you for your trust and this incredible opportunity to give back to the institution that gave me so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. Now I recognize Mr. Evangelista.
Good afternoon. For the record, my name is Michael Norita Evangelista, and I appear here today as the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's nominee to serve on the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. Mr. Chairman, Senator Frank Cruz, Vice Chairman, Senator Jude Hoff-Snyder, Senator Ronnie Calvo, Senator Manny Castro, and Senator Donald Mainlonia, President Galvin Guerrero, and Board Chairman Jesse Tudela, who are in the gallery this afternoon, fellow nominee Mr. Davey Guerrero, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, Tiro Hafaday, and greetings. Mr. Chairman and honorable members of this committee, thank you for this opportunity to appear before this august body today on my nomination to serve on the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. I am very honored and humbled to be here today before you all. I submitted earlier and trust that you have been provided with my nomination packet and that you have had the opportunity to review my resume of qualifications along with the other documents included. Before continuing on further, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to our Governor, the Honorable David Apatang, and our Lieutenant Governor, the Honorable Dennis Mendiola, for their trust and confidence in nominating me to serve our community on the NMC Board of Regents. While I'm cognizant of the weight of the responsibility and the demands of serving on the Board of Regents, I welcome such challenge with much optimism and with open arms. And I say this with all sincerity and appreciation of the gravity of responsibility at hand. I welcome this added responsibility and challenge in the spirit of paying it forward and with a sense of duty to our community and to NMC, which is near and dear to my heart. I am a proud alumnus of NMC, just like my fellow nominee, Mr. David Guerrero. It was at those humble halls of the old Asterlahi campus, the old Dr. Torres Hospital, in fact, that my educational career started. Just like NMC's catchy marketing phrase states, start smart, my education journey started at NMC. Because NMC was, is, and continues to be accessible, affordable, and that it provided high-quality post-secondary education, I have been able to achieve my educational goals, enjoy a career in the legal field, and provide for my family. To those ends, accessibility, affordability, and high-quality post-secondary education, should this committee, in its infinite wisdom, finds me qualified to serve, I will devote all my time, energy, and effort to ensuring that those key distinguishing factors of NMC remain available to our residents and anyone who wishes to go to NMC. Today, NMC is blessed with a very solid management team and a very dedicated faculty, staff, and board. This is undeniable. The latest stats show impressive enrollment numbers at NMC. For spring 2026, the enrollment is 983. For last fall 2025, it went up to 1,161 students enrolled at NMC. These members of this committee, are remarkable numbers, given that NMC is currently only a 10th city. Imagine the possibilities once reconstruction of the modern-day full campus of NMC. Endless possibilities. We can see educational tourism. NMC can be the hub of innovative technologies and anything else that NMC may put its mind to. As a member of the board, my role would be in reviewing, streamlining, and setting policies for the college as mandated by our Constitution and laws. This means no micromanaging from the board. We leave management to the college experts, the president, the faculty, and the staff, the NMC team. The board, we steer clear of the college's daily management and operations. The board sets the policies, management implements them. With that, Mr. Chairman, I am open to answer any questions that you or any of your esteemed colleagues may have for me. Olomai, Sizus Maasi, and thank you again, Mr. Chairman and honorable members of this committee.
Thank you, Mr. Evangelista. And before I recognize the members of the general public that in the gallery that wishes to deliver testimony, first I would like to recognize those agencies that are invited to participate. First on the list, the president of the Northern Marianas College, Mr. Galvin S. Dilongero.
Good afternoon, Chairman Francisco Cruz and members of the Senate Committee on Executive Appointments and Government Investigations. As you mentioned, Chairman, my name is Galvin De Leon Guerrero, and I am honored to serve our community as the president of Northern Marianas College. I thank you for the opportunity to speak before you today in support of the appointment of Michael Narita Evangelista and Dave B. Guerrero to serve as members of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. As the college celebrates its 45th anniversary, this is a critical time as we continue building new facilities, develop a new strategic plan, and chart a course for the future. In all of this, the Board of Regents plays a vital role in providing strategic leadership. And given their impressive track record of community service, Mr. Evangelista and Mr. Guerrero are uniquely suited to lead the college during this time. For his part, Mr. Evangelista is no stranger to the college, having already once served on the Board of Regents as its chair and graduating himself from NMC with an associate's degree in liberal arts. He may have become a cougar, but he is first and foremost a proa. In addition to his term as regent, he has contributed to our Commonwealth in numerous ways as an active member of the Sinamay Bar Association, a vice chair of the zoning board, and a prominent attorney. His commitment to education is notable as well. Not only does he possess a distinguished academic record, but he has prioritized lifelong learning through continuing legal education and through his service as a board member of the Lati Training Academy. But what his resume may not reveal is his unshakable integrity and his passionate commitment to our islands. I have personally witnessed both at times when he made difficult but vital decisions that may have upset some people, but served the greater good of the Commonwealth. It is in those decisions that I saw he is a good man and a great leader. Mr. Dave Guerrero has also made a profound difference in our community. Likewise, armed with an impressive academic record with multiple degrees, certifications, and credentials, including one from NMC, Mr. Guerrero has distinguished himself as one of the preeminent business leaders in our islands. His team may have not made it to the Super Bowl, but he has made the CNMI his home. A cursory review of his resume reveals the depth and the breadth of that leadership, having worked in some of the most notable names in business, from Kaiser Permanente, Wells Fargo, to Bank of Guam. And despite how busy this has all made him, he has made the time to give back to his community as a member of multiple boards and associations, including 500 Sales, the Mariana Islands Nature Alliance, and the Commonwealth Public Utilities Commission. He has even taught as an adjunct faculty for the college and has served on the advisory council for the CNMI Small Business Development Center at the college. Again, though, what his resume may not reveal is something that I have come to also personally witness: Mr. Guerrero's bright spirit. No matter how bad the economy might be or how hard things might get, nothing shakes his pragmatic optimism. Where others may only see weaknesses and threats, he sees strengths and opportunities. That is a perspective we all need more of in the CNMI these days. That is why I humbly ask that members of the Senate committee support the appointment of Michael Evangelista and Dave Guerrero during this confirmation process. In closing, I commend the hard work that you do, our elected leaders here to lift up the CNMI. These are indeed dark days, and you are helping light a way forward. At the college, we are your partners in this regard because despite all that despair, just like the North Star, the college shines as a beacon of hope for a brighter, better future for our people. We fully trust that Mr. Evangelista and Mr. Guerrero will likewise shine as stars in the night sky, helping chart a way forward through the darkness. They share our hope, as do you, that things can get better and that things will get better. Again, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak this afternoon in support of confirming Mr. Evangelista and Mr. Guerrero. And as we say at the college, especially in the rough seas that lie ahead, stay safe, stay calm, and sail on. Jesus Masi.
Jesus Masia, President Gavin de Guerrero. I would like also to recognize any members of the Board of Regents that is here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Senator Francisco Cruz, and honorable members of the Committee on Executive Appointments and Governmental Investigation. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in strong support of the nomination of Mr. David B. Guerrero and as well as Mr. Michael N. Evangelista to the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. My name is Dr. Jesse M. Tudela. I'm the current chairperson for the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. Let me start off with Mr. Guerrero, who currently serves as the Vice President and CNMI Regional Manager for the Bank of Guam, a role that reflects his leadership, fiscal responsibility, and deep understanding of our local economy. In addition, he has demonstrated a clear and ongoing commitment to education and workforce development through his service as a member of the Northern Marianas College School of Business Program Advisory Council, as well as an adjunct instructor. Mr. Guerrero also serves on the Small Business Development Center Advisory Board, a position he has held since 2023, where he contributes to strengthening entrepreneurship and supporting small businesses throughout the Commonwealth. These roles collectively show his dedication to building strong connections between education, business, and community development. The Board of Regents requires individuals who not only understand governance, but also who appreciate the real-world impact of education on economic growth and opportunity. Mr. Guerrero's professional background and active engagement with NMC make him exceptionally well qualified to serve in this capacity. Therefore, I am confident that he will bring thoughtful leadership and accountability and a genuine commitment to student success and institutional excellence. For these reasons, I respectfully urge this committee to recommend his confirmation. On behalf, as for Mr. Michael N. Evangelista, who is an experienced attorney at law with the law offices of Michael Norita Evangelista LLC, and currently serves as the Vice Chairman of the CNMI Zoning Board. His career reflects a consistent record of public service and sound judgment and ethical leadership within the Commonwealth. Importantly, Mr. Evangelista has previously served on the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents, including as a chairman from 2016 to 2018. During his tenure, he demonstrated a clear understanding of the board's governance responsibilities and a strong commitment to the college mission of academic excellence and student success. His prior service provides him with valuable institutional knowledge and the ability to contribute effectively from the outset, which I was privy to experience. Mr. Evangelista has also served of the broader community and the legal profession in multiple leadership capacities, such as the board member of the Laddie Training Academy, a disciplinary committee member of the CNMI Bar Association, and a board of director of CNMI Board of Bar Association. These roles underscores dedication to accountability, professionalism, and community development. Based on his qualifications, experience, and proven leadership, I believe Mr. Evangelista is exceptionally well suited to serve on the Board of Regents once again. I respectfully urge the committee to give his nomination favorable consideration. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and the members of the committee for your time and for the opportunity to present both this testimony for our hopefully incoming new Board of Regents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Todela. Any other Board of Regent? If no other Board of Regent out in the gallery, at this time I'd like to open the floor to allow the public to testify. But before I open the floor, I would like to remind again the public that any comment that is raised that is not directly related with this public hearing will not be entertained, and such comment will be removed from the record. At this time, I open the floor for any member of the public in the gallery to please come forward. And before you proceed, please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman, and good afternoon, members of the EAIG. My name is Marissa Flores. I'm here in my personal capacity to support the governor's nomination of Attorney Michael Evangelista and Mr. Dave B. Guerrero. I don't know if I could beat the president's speech. He had all the great buzzwords, and I don't think I can echo the appropriate timing for these two men to sit as regional chairs or regents. Mr. Guerrero, in his opening statement, also mentioned the importance of post-secondary education as it relates to the college. With that said, I think having an attorney and I think having an individual who holds a degree in finance is important as we enter the crossroads of these conversations that we're now having in the 902 as it relates to the CW program. Should that program be expired and non-renewed, this puts us in a situation on how we view how education should be provided, both vocational and both post-secondary degrees. And it is with great optimism and confidence that these two gentlemen will be able to have those tough conversations at the regent level, because the time is now. And if it was any two other individuals that probably would have been nominated to fill these seats, I would, on my personal capacity, I would probably question maybe, but knowing that the composition seems fair and seems balanced, and tough questions are able to be asked at that level, that makes me comfortable in supporting the two. And I don't have anything more to say except that the two gentlemen in front of you who have been nominated by the governor and the lieutenant governor are very fitting and most especially qualified to sit and represent every senatorial district, regardless of the composition in which the board is being filled in. So as far as Mr. Guerrero filling in for the 3rd Senatorial District, I know that he will speak on behalf of all students and adults in all the districts, because that's just who he is. And as far as Attorney Evangelista, I mean, what can I say? It's I'm sure it's non-debatable. He's a former regent, so he knows exactly what tasks need to be done and the questions that need to be asked, because the Constitution does state that NMC is mandated to also provide vocational training. And how do we navigate these conversations now as we prepare for 2029? But with that said, I support the nomination of the two gentlemen, and congratulations should you be nominated and approved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Flores. Still open for public comment?
Buenas tardes, Mr. Chairman, Hafaday Zantiro, Honorable Chairman and members of the Senate EAGI Committee. I respectfully submit, is this on? Okay. I respectfully submit this statement in strong support of the nomination of my friend and colleague, Mr. Michael Narita Evangelista, to serve on the Board of Regents of the Northern Marianas College, representing the 3rd Senatorial District and the Carolinian community. I have known Mike for nearly 30 years. We first worked together in this building, in the Commonwealth Legislature in the mid-1990s, at a time when many of us were just beginning our public service careers. Since then, our professional paths have continued to intersect in meaningful ways. We were both graduates of the Northern Marianas College pre-law program in the year 2000. A program created and led by the late Justice Ramon G. Villagomez. The program played an important role in preparing many of today's CNMI attorneys for legal practice and public service. Mike and I have also been colleagues in the CNMI bar since the early 2000s. Mike served as a prosecutor with the Office of the Attorney General from 2008 to 2010, where he gained valuable courtroom and public service experience. Since that time, he has been in private practice, continuing to serve clients and the community with professionalism and with integrity. He has also previously served as a regent during the Inus administration, giving him direct experience with the responsibilities and the challenges of NMC governance. I also speak from personal experience regarding the importance of this role. I once had the privilege of serving as a regent on the NMC Board of Regents under the chairmanship of the late Dr. Rita Hokuk Inus. The board plays a critical role as the bridge between the college and the broader Commonwealth community. Regents must balance academic priorities, fiscal responsibility, community needs, and long-term institutional stability. It is not a ceremonial position, but one that requires judgment, independence, and a genuine commitment to education and public service. Based on Mike's long record of service, his legal background, his prior experience as a regent, and his deep roots in our community, I am confident he is well qualified to serve again in this important capacity. I therefore offer my full and unqualified support for his nomination and respectfully urge the Senate to confirm Mr. Michael Narita Evangelista to the Board of Regents of the Northern Marianas College. Serizo, Mr. Chairman, zabe gagoloki aprobación dyan sa potasyon para si Senyor David Guerrero. Si Mr. Guerrero loki giza uno loki ginanzi gas honorably no gobyerno as the bit mundo apatang zani segundo na gobyerno as Dennis Mendiola. Dongklu experienceannya gi bandan financial kulolotnya gi bandan isti banking. Manisisita isti na tauto gi halum isti kwet pun i Northern Marianas College. So fanajuda loki gi halum i Board of Regents zan loki u ajuda si Senyor President Guerrero. Dongkulu no experienceannya gi halum i private sector lo zao loki na pabe no natungwamzo na dongkulu loki experienceannya gi bandani Governmental Marianas anay guiza loki gumehilui i Commonwealth Economic Development Authority. Pesen mas Senyor no Mr. Chairman zan todi membrun estina no komite uso sozo todo samzo por favor aprueba zon confirma estidos na man maulik no appointees gineni governor as Senyor Michael Narita Evangelista zan si Senyor David Guerrero. I also know you as Davy G. Sen mas no Mr. Chairman zan i membro nesti na komite undongklu na si Jus Masi zan por favor talo no recomenda por favor i zunia confirmation gi i body ni Senate za tanai siya oportunidad zo fandai lo kisid bisyu para publiko kulolotnya para i famagonta ni maniskwela gi solamente anti lachizo na kulehu gini giza noti Marianas. Sen mas Mr. Chairman undongklu na si Jus Masi giliso and thank you very much.
Jesus Mosi, Attorney San Nicolas, still open for public comment?
Good afternoon. Honorable Chairman Cruz and ranking committee members. My name is Steve Jiang, a small business owner. In my line of work, I know a good investment when I see one. Nominating Dave Guerrero and Mike Evangelista to the NMC board is a brilliant move. It's a perfect pairing. Dave's operation excellence and Mike's innovative thinking. Together, they have the exact recipe for the forward momentum NMC needs. Think of it as a special sauce for institutional success. This vision is especially important as we look to grow opportunities like education tourism from Korea, especially from Korea, a promising market where NMC can shine. Dave and Mike bring the perfect balance of grounded experience and bold vision to turn such potential into a reality. I strongly endorse them. Thank you, and tangklu sidusumasi.
Thank you, Mr. Jiang. Still open for public comment? Anybody else in the gallery? If no one else, I will close the floor for public comment. At this time, public comment is now closed. And now I would like to recognize the member of this committee to raise question or concern regards to the two appointees this afternoon. At this time, I recognize Senator Manny Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have much questions for the two nominees. More so, I probably just have a few statements. First, I just want to thank them for stepping up to the plate. As a former employee of the college, I have direct experience working with former Regent Evangelista. And I just wanted to share a quote to kind of describe that time at the college. In times of crisis, governance must act as a stabilizer, not a shadow leadership team, because the board's job isn't to run the company.
It's to empower those who can, by Shannon Nutter. You know, with Region Evangelista, there's a lot of, it was a very difficult time at the college, and I think him and the other members of the board at the time did what they needed to do to move the college forward, not by micromanaging, but by focusing on policies and making sure certain issues were entertained. The college has done well, although I just wanted to question Region Evangelista's numbers, because is that a head count or FTE? Because it looks like there's a 12% dip in spring, which is not too bad given all our challenges.
Those are enrollment numbers.
Yes, head count. Oh, so it's even worse. Just kidding. Just kidding. The college's numbers actually have been pretty stable, and it just goes to show the importance of higher ed in the CNMI, and as future policymakers for the college. Being in this seat in the Senate, we see a lot of the challenges the many agencies are facing. And within those challenges, there's also solutions. And I know you guys are very much aware of those solutions in terms of workforce, in terms of meeting the local demands. And Rep. Marissa did bring it up in the Constitution. It does spell out the college's responsibility, and that includes career technical programs, which is really our challenge right now in this economy, and it will be a bigger challenge in 3 years. So thank you again for your commitment to the college. I also hope you guys serve as adjunct, because we need your caliber in the classrooms. But other than that, a big thank you for your previous service and your future service to both of you.
Thank you, Senator Castro. Now I recognize the floor leader of the Senate, Senator Manglonia.
Thank you, Chairman, and good afternoon to the nominees as well as everyone present here in the Senate chamber. You know, I've only had a brief moment with Mr. Guerrero while we worked on some QC application stuff and trying to help companies apply for that. So I have that brief relationship with them. But as for Mr. Evangelista, seeing as how you served as a regent in the past, I guess, are you able to provide some of your accomplishments and what you hope to achieve, if confirmed, within your next term?
Mr. Floor Leader, again, as I had alluded to during my address, affordability, accessibility, and this is the 3 A's: affordability, accessibility, and accreditation. Those are the, for me, as a former region and potential region again, those are the 3 pillars that I promised the last time when during my first term, and I believe that we maintained that. So that in itself is an achievement, as like I had said, and the same experience with my fellow nominee. It was those 3 very important elements that allowed me, and again, shared experience with my nominee, our colleague, or soon-to-be colleague, if we are approved, that allowed us to achieve our educational goals and come back and serve our community. So again, affordability, accessibility, and accreditation. The other thing, I wouldn't go into the details, but there was a very challenging time at NMC when I was there. Number one, NMC campus was completely destroyed by the super typhoon U2, and we had some management issues that we were able, as a board, it was very challenging. There was a lot of distrust and so many things going on at NMC that challenged both the board and the management level. We were able to navigate through those rough waters. And I would say that as I was leaving NMC, because of those work that we did, we put in a management team that has allowed us to be where we are today. Up at NMC, I mean, the sun is now shining. I can say that. Despite the economic challenges that we are facing as a CNMI, there's a beacon of hope up at NMC. And I think a lot of our people know that. And the numbers, the stats of enrollment, like I'm saying, despite being a tent city, there's a reason why those numbers remain that high. 900, 1,000, over 1,000 in the previous semester. Those are high numbers, and that's because of the management team that we were able to put together up at NMC just as I was leaving NMC. I would dare to say that because part of my involvement in those rough times that I wasn't brought back to serve a second term. But I was happy. I was happy knowing that as I was leaving NMC was in very good hands. And I think that's the biggest accomplishment, I believe, in my humble opinion, that I did at NMC.
Thank you. Mr. Guerrero, is there anything in particular you want to see maybe differently from what your understanding of NMC is today, and how you hope to possibly steer the college in that direction?
I like to see more partnerships. And I know NMC has already begun the talks with various universities, and I'm keeping an eye on this witchy situation that's happening as well. But, just partnerships within the business community here, all the different senatorial districts, trying to really take advantage of the technology that's out there. And there's a lot of talk about job security and the changing job landscape with AI. So I would really want to sort of explore those avenues for our region and for the students. So I think there's going to be a lot of learning for me to once I get in and learn about the existing effort that NMC is already putting through, and sort of with the strengths that I have, push them forward. So there's still a lot to learn. But yes, those are my immediate goals if I do get nominated and confirmed.
And thank you for sharing that. I think what we've heard from our previous hearings with CEIA, NMTI, I think there also has to be that collaboration and focus as to what other types of industries the CNMI is looking at getting into, and seeing and making sure that we have the the resources to offer our students in terms of educational opportunities, making sure that the classes and programs we do offer fit within that scope of types
Absolutely,
of activities that we hope to bring into the CNMI.
Absolutely.
Zone Motors, it's been out in the news. They are trying to look at the CNMI as one area in which they would like to bring a production facility here. And so I don't know if it has already been looked into or addressed to see how or what types of courses that we can offer to help fill in those gaps that they may see in trying to hire the the workforce that's needed to operate those facilities. Mr. Evangelista, you mentioned that accessibility and affordability, and I think based on our budget hearings, I think we've heard from the college that they don't want to increase prices. It's now is a difficult time to do so, but also I think maybe I know there are some programs within the college that allows for students to further their degree through other colleges. I think more opportunities or maybe more marketing should be put into showing our students that maybe if they start smart with NMC, they can I don't know, maybe build sister schools so that students can have that also that opportunity to try to leave the CNMI and experience life outside the CNMI and then come back and finish their education here. I think that you know, a lot of, at least the students on Rhoda, they usually tend to gravitate to Guam because it's closest.
Correct.
But if they start with NMC and see that is that sister school that they can also go to, but also come back, I think that would increase the numbers a little bit. And I do appreciate the college's effort in opening up more programs for students on Rhoda who are finding it difficult to move to Saipan and live on Saipan through online programs. And so hopefully that could be you can expand that opportunity for them there. Oftentimes we also talk about this partnership and collaboration with NM Tech, right?
Yes.
And so I hope that you can work with the Rhoda Region Orilla to further that partnership with NM Tech to utilize the campus that's just sitting there in Rhoda and try to offer more opportunities there, build that collaboration. You know, we've heard from the public comments this relationship that we're trying to build with Korea. I do hope that within your tenure, if confirmed, that could come to fruition and that, you know, we can allow this exchange opportunity between our students and the Korean students that are wanting to study here. But other than that, you know, just like NM Tech, NMC goes through a rigorous process in coming up with a panel that would vet the nominees, and so I think the chairwoman of the nominating committee would be upset if I challenge her decision, but I trust in her judgment and the 7-member team that was put together to go over your credentials. But I think at this point, you know, we've had great collaboration with the college, the legislature with the college, and understanding what your needs are and how we try to address them. Kudos to the president for, I think, in the past few budget years, we find it very difficult to meet the statutory budget that NMC is entitled to, but I think we've managed to do that in the last amended budget cycle despite our economic challenges. And so that continued collaboration with the legislature to see how we can best support the programs that you're offering, but expanding those services to fit the needs of what's needed here in the CNMI. Again, particularly the programs that would benefit are not just the government but the private sector. You know, programs in engineering. I know there's like a introductory program for that, but you know, even pre-law, something that would kind of give exposure to that field of study. Again, on Rhoda, we're very limited to the types of professions that our students see in the community. And so just being able to offer a little exposure to the different types of professions would, you know, allow them to think beyond what they're used to and what they're seeing. But other than that, you know, if I could have done it way back in 2006 and start smart and then go off to college, I mean, I wouldn't be struggling to pay student loans today, right? And so, again, just to continue that outreach.
Yes.
When I was teaching, there was a lot of times where NMC would come down or students would go up and socialize with other students and tour the campus, but I'm not seeing a lot of that today. It could be budgetary issues, but if there's some way around that to see how we can provide more opportunities for students to get exposed to living on Saipan or even starting at NMC, I think that would really open the door to a lot of our students coming to NMC as opposed to seeking alternatives in Guam or elsewhere. But again, Mr. Guerrero, again, your resume speaks for itself. This will be your first time to serve on the Board of Regents, and so there's really not much we can cover except that, you know, based on the testimonies that we've received, this is an opportunity for you to share your wealth of knowledge with NMC, and we hope that the collaboration with the other regions can help complete the campus and provide the best for our students. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I will yield at this time.
Thank you, Floor Leader. At this time, I recognize Senator Ron Cabo.
Thank you, Chairman Cruz, and good afternoon to our nominees, Mr. Evangelista and Mr. Guerrero. I would like to thank all the incoming testimonies by, professionals, colleagues, friends, especially the board members, also on our personal capacity, Marissa Flores, Galvin De Leon Guerrero, who states always at the end of any testimonies or speech the alma mater and the code for our college. I've been through NMC just as you shared, one of the members here as a nominee. Going through NMC, like Senator Manglonia mentioned, it really hits home when you have a community college that created your success in life till this point for me. And knowing that we are, with the upcoming facilities that with the student center and the other projects coming along, we're, with your guidance and the board's guidance, we will continue to fulfill and face the challenges, most especially when it comes to, a lot of the family members that go abroad and move on and try to find opportunities, if not their neighboring island of Guam. But I do know personally a lot that have headed out towards the mainland and for extended specialized degrees, so they're either on campus. We do have our local municipalities that do, like our island of Rota, that do, online. And we do have a wonderful facility that I know President and all their members involved, we have for Rota, but we're always looking in how can we maximize the use of our infrastructure for the island of Rota, and to also assist the island of Tinian in regards to an infrastructure, to build that local capacity. I'm looking at, when Senator Manny was sharing the statistical increase, a lot of times with people moving out, you'll see a decline of, graduates coming forth and entering either online college and career readiness programs. I'd like to just share, we do have I have my children that went through the high school program. I forgot what the name of it was, where they are exposed to the financial aid and assistance and the different features that students exiting as high school students get, that exposure and assistance for any grants to help support them on their, getting their foot into higher education, secondary education. So these programs are there. I know the legislature has had NMC quite often now, this challenge with, we have the grants in place, but, how long are we going to be able to sustain the operations and everything that NMC has moving forward, where the grants may be, they're either restrictive, or we may need legislative assistance, local funding assistance, in the future, knowing these infrastructures are there. So I'm pretty sure all this ramification brings to mind some of the thoughtful decisions that you two, if confirmed, and I like the way Steve Chan mentioned, that tapping into the Korean market, getting our international, since Korean and international companies are in, to collaborate with that. Another note that Mr. Donald shared was, because we're always talking about the trades and the complement partnership with NM Tech, partnership with CNMI public school system, other than, your traditional curriculum, in regards to that. How can NMC better coordinate with PSS, NM Tech, and Department of Labor? I know it's in place, but to strengthen that, in knowing CW, we are at a shortfall of skillful workers and so forth. So I thank you too. There's, I was gonna have like aligned questions for the summary, Chairman, for these two, but I thank you for your perspective and your professionalism and your skill sets to ensure that we continue to move Northern Marianas College forward and promote, the students on getting their degrees and being a contributing member to society. Thank you too. And I yield, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman Kavu. And I know this is a very lengthy, not so much testimony, but very long public hearing this afternoon. I don't have any questions in regards to your appointment. And I just want to share that for the past few hearings that we conducted, we continue to mention about workforce. And I think every single appointees that been, regardless what areas that the governor appoint them, I think workforce is one of the major issue that we're facing, the Commonwealth facing, and I share the same sentiment with the members. I think we need to continue the collaboration with other agencies, even with public school system, because workforce is one of the main component of economic growth, and we lack that. Our students, as they graduate and they wish to stay back to here in the Commonwealth, the problem is they won't find a job because we lack the company. If the company continue to move out or continue to close down because they don't have the workforce, especially the legislature continue to reach out to potential investors to invest in the Commonwealth, but our problem is workforce. It's just around the corner in 2029, and I hope that if we should request for another extension, I hope that they continue to give us an extension, because I don't think we can afford to lose some of these skilled workers if we're not ready yet. So I think this is a matter of collaboration with among everyone, the college, the high school, NMTI, our labor, SIDA, and the new form SIA, the Commonwealth Economic Incentive Authority. I think everybody should be coming as one here and see how we can, come up with a solution before 2029. And I'm very worried, because as I mentioned in the past, that the only revenue generation is tourism. And even if we concentrate on tourism, and the dollar of Korea or any country that is coming to our island or to the Commonwealth, and the dollar goes down, less travelers, and we all know that. So that means less revenue coming in, and like I mentioned earlier, we have to be working all together. And I really appreciate your statement, Attorney Evangelista, when you mentioned about a policymaker versus people that are doing the job, and that's very true. Let the expert do their job, and you find them the funding or anything that they need, rather than becoming an operation of that equipment, because they're the one that operating the equipment. So we as policymakers will find solution to help them. So if this body give you the blessing, both of you work together with the sitting members, and most especially with the hardworking NMC staff. So that, and if it's a matter of legislation that we need to address, you come to us. We're here ready to assist if there's a law that is not working, that is affecting NMC. Let us know so we can do our best here and fix the problem. So with that, if there's any member that wishes to raise for the second round, then if not, then I will proceed with the agenda. Nothing? Okay, thank you. Thank you, members. Devin, can you disclose those letters that are submitted?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Mr. Guerrero, Mr. Evangelista, and members of the general public. In addition to the oral testimonies received today on the executive appointment of Mr. Dave B. Guerrero and Michael N. Evangelista to serve as members of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents, please be advised of one additional written testimony officially received in support of the appointees from J. Santos. At this time, no written testimonies in opposition to the nominees' appointments have been received by the committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Marianas. This time, all public comments are well taken. Let the record reflect that all written testimonies will be included in the Senate Standing Committee recommendation report, along with all testimonies, and will be forwarded before the full Senate members in consideration for confirmation. At this time, before we adjourn, I would like to extend on behalf of the members of this committee our sincere appreciation and gratitude to Governor David M. Apatang and Lieutenant Governor Dennis C. Mendiola's representative, Mr. John Paul Regis, the appointees, Mr. Michael N. Evangelista, and Mr. Dave B. Guerrero, and most especially the members of the general public for your participation and involvement during this important public hearing process. And we certainly hope that we continue this dialogue of communication between us, the elected officials, and the public to keep you abreast and informed of our current and future Senate hearings ahead that relate to public best interests. This concludes this public hearing for today. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
There's a motion and was seconded. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. This public hearing is officially adjourned. Thank you.